Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is something a little bit special, and I am so happy that I'm able to bring it to your attention because it is an independently developed game by the name of Aztez. It comes with a slogan, a game of conquest and brutality. It also is just Aztez the game in some areas, depending on where you've seen it, and a lot of you are probably scratching your head right now as you watch the gameplay in the background, wondering what the hell is this? Well, this is something that I spotted on a random YouTube video and noticed that it was, being independently developed, and decided to get in contact with the guys behind it, a company called Team Colorblind. It's two dudes based in Phoenix, Arizona, one by the name of Ben Ruiz, the other by the name of Matthew Wegner, and they were awesome enough to send me a version of the game, a build of its combat mechanics. And something you need to bear in mind here, folks, as you watch this is not the full extent of what is in this title when it does get released, I believe later on this year. This is merely the combat aspects of it, and I say merely really loosely because the combat is so much better than I can put into words in this initial commentary I'm doing right now. But this is what looks like some kind of conquest-based, real-time strategy of taking over different areas of potential land masses, but to do that you have to take part in these kind of skirmishes, which involve the combat systems that you're watching right now. And I can't comment on the rest of the game because I have no idea what it is, but what I can comment on is what you're watching right now. And the build that they sent me is this little pantheon, this arena, and you have for about 4 minutes, a ton of dudes come and beat you up and you have to beat them up back. So I've been playing the game for, give or take, about 2 hours right now, and I'm still in that phase of getting really overly excited when stuff is happening. I'm not too comfortable with how the mechanics are working, it's not natural to my hands, but so far you can just tell by the way it plays what kind of game it's going to be, and you can tell a lot by the guys behind it, by the stuff that is featured here. And it might look like a giant mess of combos and madness happening right now, and don't worry, that's kind of what it is at first until you understand what is happening. And this is just going to be an introductory video to this because I'm hoping to cover certain aspects of this in a little bit better depth, but this is just going to be an introduction to what Aztez is and exactly what you're watching. So it couldn't be more simpler, and that is the key hook here. You have light and heavy strikes mapped to the X and Y. You have a jump, you have a grab, you have a block, you have a dodge. Mix that together with 4 different weapons that are all mapped to the D-pad depending on what controller you're using, so that you can switch to at any moment, and each of them having unique launches, unique sweeps, and special moves in some cases, and then the ability to do the sacrifice mechanic, which I'm not too sure how a lot of this stuff works because I'm just as new as you folks are watching this, but it seems like you're able to do these execution moves to people, and then it draws out a ton of blood, and then you can draw the blood into yourself, which then heals your character, and it also seems to increase this number when you're full life, which I'm not too sure if it's a multiplayer. I don't really know how the scoring system works yet. I'm quite new to this. But as the combat continues, you'll notice that there's more sophisticated enemies being introduced. It starts off with your bare bones, your standard enemy dude who kind of stands and lets you hit him a little bit. Then it gets onto the more exotic dudes, and by the end of it, it can get really, really tricky because you die super fast in this build. 2 hits by the mages that like to hover around and fire this black hole at you, and you are gone. But that's a good thing, because everything in it feels tight, everything in it feels sharp, and I've had no time whatsoever to even talk about anything at this moment in time because of, the limitations of the video, but more are going to come as hopefully I delve further into the systems here, and hopefully I can help spread awareness of something that I think could be potentially very exciting. And the double-sided sword of these kind of titles, the indie titles, the ones that don't have, the budget behind them to have the massive marketing schemes, is this might slip under people's radar, and I'm under no illusion that I'm not going to bring, hundreds of thousands of people their way. But if I can just get my audience to have a look at this, and if you like it, you can, follow it up, drop on their Facebook page, tell them what you think of the game, tell them, you can't wait for it, and just build that little bit of hype, tell your friends, because just from the little time that I've had with this, and the time I intend to spend with it over the next week or however long I play it for, I can already tell that there's something really special here, and something that everybody needs to see, because it might not look like your kind of thing, it might not look, you know, like anything you'd like to play, but when you do play it, it's a feeling. And not a lot of developers understand that feeling, and these guys do, and that's why it's so exciting to see, and that is why I'm bringing it to the channel, and hopefully bringing some attention to these people who are working hard to make this awesome looking title. So thank you very much for watching, guys. More will follow if I can get permission from them to keep doing so, because I don't know if there's anything I'm not supposed to talk about, and I don't want to offend them because they've been so gracious to me. But yeah, awesome game, Aztez, check it out. There'll be some links in the description taking you to their website, their Facebook. You know, if you're into this kind of thing, there's going to be something special coming. So thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.